Welcome to Globe Gazers! Join me on an exciting journey as I explore the 15 most dangerous prisons in the world. Today at the first chapter. Don't forget to subscribe to this amazing channel. In the darkest corners of the world stand fortresses of confinement that defy imagination. Prisons where brutality is a way of life and despair hangs heavy in the air. Join me as we journey into the heart of these institutions, exploring the harsh realities behind the razor wire and concrete walls. ADX Florence in Colorado, a supermax facility, is known as the Alcatraz of the Rockies for a reason. Inmates here spend 23 hours a day locked in solitary confinement, their only window to the outside world a narrow slit in a concrete ceiling. The silence at ADX is deafening, broken only by the clang of metal doors and the occasional muffled shout. It's a place designed to break the human spirit, to isolate and contain those considered the most irredeemable. But one thing is certain, this is a place where hope goes to die, a stark reminder of the price of transgression, in a society determined to punish its most dangerous offenders. Our journey into the heart of darkness takes us next to Venezuela, to La Sabaneta, a prison so overcrowded and violent, it's less an institution of confinement and more a breeding ground for chaos. Here, the line between guards and inmates is blurred, with corruption running rampant and control a distant fantasy. Disease runs rampant, sanitation is non-existent, and violence is a constant threat. This is a place where the rule of law has completely broken down, a stark reminder of what can happen when a society fails to address the root causes of crime and despair. While no longer operational, the Carandiru penitentiary in Brazil casts a long shadow over the global prison system. The 1992 massacre, where over 100 inmates were brutally killed by police, serves as a chilling reminder of the potential for violence and human rights abuses within these institutions. Carandiru was notorious for its inhumane conditions. Overcrowding, disease, and gang violence were rampant, creating a powder keg of despair and anger. The legacy of Carandiru is a stain on the Brazilian justice system, a reminder of the need for reform and the dangers of unchecked power within prison walls. Bang Kwang Central Prison in Thailand is anything but a luxury hotel. Known for its strict regime and harsh punishments, it's a place where inmates face overcrowding, disease, and the ever-present threat of violence. Life in Bang Kwang is governed by a strict hierarchy. New inmates are shackled and forced to wear pink uniforms, a symbol of their low status. Punishment in Bang Kwang is swift and brutal, but even in this environment of despair, glimmers of hope exist. Deep in the Orenburg region of Russia, near the border with Kazakhstan, sits Black Dolphin Prison, a place so feared, its name alone sends shivers down the spines of even the most hardened criminals. This is where Russia sends its most dangerous offenders, men convicted of terrorism, murder, and other heinous crimes. Security is paramount, with inmates kept under constant surveillance and escorted by guards whenever they leave their cells. Life in Black Dolphin is one of unrelenting monotony and psychological torment. It is a stark reminder of the human cost of punishment and the fine line between justice and cruelty. San Quentin State Prison, perched on the edge of San Francisco Bay, is California's oldest and most notorious correctional facility. Its history is steeped in violence, from the days of the gas chamber to the present, where gang warfare and racial tensions simmer beneath the surface, threatening to erupt at any moment. San Quentin is a sprawling complex, a city within a city, housing thousands of inmates. Life inside San Quentin is a constant struggle for survival. Despite its grim reputation, San Quentin is home to a variety of rehabilitation programs, offering a glimmer of hope to those who seek redemption. Just a stone's throw from the glittering skyscrapers of Manhattan lies Rikers Island, New York City's largest and most infamous jail complex. Plagued by violence, corruption, and inhumane conditions, Rikers has become a symbol of everything that's wrong with the American criminal justice system. Overcrowding is rampant, with inmates crammed into cells designed for a fraction of the population. Medical care is often inadequate, and reports of abuse by guards are all too common. It's a stain on the conscience of New York City, a stark reminder of the human cost of mass incarceration. In the heart of Bogotá, Colombia stands La Modelo, a prison originally designed to rehabilitate its inmates, but which has become a microcosm of the country's violent drug war. Inside its walls, rival gangs, often backed by powerful drug cartels, wage a constant battle for control. Some sections of the prison are relatively calm, with inmates participating in educational programs and vocational training. But other areas are ruled by fear, where violence is used to settle scores and maintain order. The Colombian government has struggled to maintain control of La Modelo. Despite the challenges, there are those within La Modelo who strive for a better life. On a remote island in Lake Peipus, on the border between Russia and Estonia, sits Patak Island Prison, a place so isolated and unforgiving, it's been dubbed the Alcatraz of Russia. This maximum security facility houses some of Russia's most dangerous criminals, men convicted of murder, terrorism, and other heinous crimes. Life at Patak Island is one of extreme isolation and hardship. The prison is surrounded by the icy waters of Lake Peipus, making escape virtually impossible. Inmates at Patak Island are subjected to a strict regime of hard labor and isolation. But for many, Patak Island is simply a living death, a place where they will spend the rest of their days forgotten by the outside world. No exploration of the world's most dangerous prisons would be complete without a visit to Alcatraz Island, the infamous rock that once housed America's most notorious criminals. Although no longer operational as a prison, Alcatraz continues to fascinate and horrify, its legend woven into the fabric of American folklore. Perched on a rocky island in the middle of San Francisco Bay, Alcatraz was considered inescapable. Today, Alcatraz stands as a monument to a bygone era of American penology, a stark reminder of the human capacity for both cruelty and resilience. Diyarbakir Prison, located in southeastern Turkey, has gained notoriety for its brutal treatment of political prisoners and its alleged role in human rights abuses. The prison has been the subject of numerous international condemnations, with human rights groups accusing Turkish authorities of torture, inhumane treatment, and extrajudicial killings within its walls. Inmates at Diyarbakir prison are often subjected to overcrowded cells, inadequate medical care, and limited access to legal representation. The prison stands as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked power and the importance of protecting the rights of all people, even those accused of crimes. In the heart of Paris, France, stands La Santé prison, a name that evokes fear and dread among the city's criminal underworld. Built in the 19th century, La Santé has a long and storied history, its walls having witnessed countless acts of violence, despair, and fleeting moments of redemption. Conditions within the prison are notoriously harsh, with overcrowding, poor sanitation, and limited access to medical care, contributing to a pervasive sense of hopelessness. Violence is an ever-present threat within the walls of La Santé. Despite its grim reputation, La Santé is not devoid of hope. Gitarama Central Prison in Rwanda stands as a chilling testament to the devastating consequences of genocide and the enduring challenges of rebuilding a nation shattered by violence. Originally built to accommodate a fraction of its current population, Gitarama is now one of the most overcrowded prisons in the world, a place where human beings are stripped of their dignity and left to languish in deplorable conditions. The Rwandan justice system, still grappling with the aftermath of the genocide, has struggled to cope with the sheer number of detainees at Gitarama. Despite the horrors of Gitarama, there are glimmers of hope within its overcrowded walls. Cresty Prison, located in the heart of St. Petersburg, Russia, derives its name from its distinctive cross-shaped buildings, a cruel irony given the suffering endured within its walls. Built in the 19th century, Cresty has long been synonymous with the brutality of the Russian penal system, a place where inmates are subjected to overcrowding, disease, and violence. The conditions inside Cresty are notoriously harsh. Despite its fearsome reputation, Cresty is not a black hole from which no light can escape. The Russian government has announced plans to close Cresty Prison, but for now, it remains a stark reminder of the human cost of crime and punishment in a nation grappling with its turbulent past and uncertain future. In the desolate Syrian desert, miles from civilization, stands Tadmore Prison, a place shrouded in secrecy and infamy. Known for its brutal treatment of political prisoners and its alleged role in massacres and disappearances, Tadmore has become a symbol of the Syrian government's ruthlessness and its disregard for human rights. Conditions inside Tadmore are said to be among the worst in the world. Despite the horrors of Tadmore, stories of survival and resilience have emerged from its depths. The prisons we've explored today stand as stark reminders of the dark side of humanity, places where hope often struggles to survive amidst the violence, despair, and deprivation. But they also serve as a challenge to our collective conscience, a call to action to address the root causes of crime, to advocate for humane treatment of all people, and to strive for a more just and compassionate world. Together, let's continue the conversation about justice, redemption, and the enduring power of the human spirit. Thank you for watching. We're thrilled to have you here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I promise to come back with even more exciting explorations.